Welcome to Westminster, where the King is about to drive past and we have the Not My King protesters ready to protest. These protests are organised by a group called Republic, who want to see the monarchy abolished. Protesters were told to meet at 1 PM but no later than 2, as that was when King Charles was due to arrive at Westminster Abbey for the annual Commonwealth service, and Republic wanted to greet him as he arrived with a warm Republican welcome.
Not my King! Not my King! Not my King! Not my King!
I got there early and the crowds were still pretty thin. I stood on a wall waiting for protesters to start rolling in, and the police clocked me straight away. Do I look like the kind to throw eggs?
You're the only bloke with a bucket.
I'm actually, believe it or not, going gold prospecting after this, but I'll show you guys that there's nothing in here.
No
Happy? No eggs.
It'll be full of gold later though.
Hopefully. Are you expecting some trouble then?
You never really know what to expect, really. I think, you know, I remember when he went to York. Like, York's a really high-class place, and he got eggs thrown at him there. So it's like, it could happen at any time. And today there's obviously lots of
other leaders and stuff here as well.
But listen, hopefully by the end of the day you're a millionaire.
Hopefully. I'll come find you guys if I am.
Everyone says that. Believe it or not.
So the police just approached me, worried that I had eggs in my bucket. There are the remnants of some eggshells there. Wonder where they came from. More and more protesters started rolling in.
The monarchy infantilises us and them.
I recognised a familiar face.
Perpetuated and promoted by the British monarchy over the centuries, and how disgusting it is that we still have this concept in power today, and it's time to end this and move to the 21st century where everyone is equal.
Thank you.
I recognise you. Were you arrested for holding up a sign saying "Not My King" a few months ago?
They threatened me with arrest.
Oh, okay, but they didn't actually arrest you.
They said if I moved on, they would not arrest me, but if I did not, they would.
So you moved on. Fair enough.
I cannot afford to be arrested.
Would it have been an unlawful arrest, do you think, if you had been?
I think it would have been, yes. I think I had a perfect right to be there. That was an appropriate venue and time for a political protest.
Yeah.
And
there was nothing offensive on the sign?
Right. There was nothing, there were no swear words, nothing, you know, to cause distress.
Exactly.
Let's say the king is going to lose his position.
Okay.
What do you guys think of the monarchy?
Fuck the monarchy.
Straight up.
I flipped off Prince Harry as he went by. No, Prince Harry isn't here, is he? Not Prince Harry, King Charles.
It wasn't long before a crowd had formed and the protest was underway.
Hello everyone. We're here to abolish the monarchy.
Stop shouting.
What was that?
Noise abatement.
Well, stop talking, you're making some noise. If you're here to watch the King, if you enjoy watching the King, that's absolutely fine. Come and find out why we don't enjoy it so much. Have a lovely afternoon, but we're here to get rid of the monarchy because it is wrong in principle, because it's a corrupt institution, and because it is bad for our democracy. Which is why we are standing here saying he is not our King, and that instead of a coronation we need an election, instead of Charles we need a choice. And that's why we're going to be here, and we're going to be at every place that which King Charles goes to, asking him questions, demanding answers, asking him to take part in debate and answer his critics. And we're going to be asking him why he dodges inheritance tax, why he dodges income tax, why he's so secretive, why he throws his son under the bus but protects his brother. We're going to be asking him why he thinks he should be our head of state without a single vote cast. We're supposed to be a democracy. We should not have a king in 2023. We should have an election for our head of state. We're not arguing for a US system. We're arguing for a parliamentary republic. And we're arguing for every man, woman and child in this country to be treated as equals in law. And we're arguing for all of us to have the right both to vote for our head of state and to be our head of state if we so choose them. It is a matter of principle. It is a matter of politics. And we are going to abolish the monarchy. Not my king!
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 Would you like to see the monarchy abolished? Pro-abolish or pro-monarchy?
Not that I'd tell,
Yeah, maybe keep that quiet.
yeah.
Because it's a waste of money, it's the bottom line. It doesn't attract tourism, as people say, because Versailles has huge long queues, Paris has tourists, Germany has tourists. Yeah, so it should go.
Hi, I'm Ben Clinton. I'm the campaign coordinator for Labour for Republic. We want to promote the message of democracy, we want to promote the message of equality, and we want it to be with no exceptions. We want our head of state to be elected by the people. We want every child in this country to be able to think, I can aspire to be that, I can have that political choice. We want it to be a figurehead who can command the support of the British public for a free and democratic election. It's about promoting equality, about promoting economic equality as well. The royalty hold a massive amount of wealth, and during the cost of living crisis, well, they could be spending up to 100 million on a coronation, which really is just a massive show of pageantry, a massive show of overt traditionalism, which not many people, I think, if you actually tell them 100 million, I think they actually think that's a good idea. And when I said people in this country are in awful economic situations, we've seen recently some massive controversies about racism, the Baroness Hussey incident as well. We've seen publicised remarks from Meghan and Harry that there is some institutional racism in the royal family, and we really need to confront that. And the idea that they should hold power above the law, above the courts, it's not right.
More than 90% of people that live in the Commonwealth live in the Republic. Big shout out to Barbados, who are still in the Commonwealth, but they ditched the king.
It's estimated the cost is anything from 50 to 100 million pounds, which means that for every minute of the day on May 6th, we'll be spending between 34 and 70,000 pounds every minute on his pointless parade, wasting huge amounts of money at a time when we have a cost of living crisis, when we can't afford enough police, can't afford enough nurses, can't afford enough teachers, and it is a disgrace.
What about the argument, though, it's great for tourism, it shines a spotlight on the UK?
There is absolutely no evidence whatsoever the monarchy is good for tourism. We would not lose any money at all from our tourism industry if we got rid of the monarchy. And I sat down with the heads of Visit Britain 11 years ago, asked them, and they agreed. So that's a load of nonsense. Everybody else gets loads of tourists without having a monarchy. We get more tourists to Tower of London than we do to Buckingham Palace. So, and also, our democracy and our constitution should be based on principles, on our rights, and not on what people enjoy doing when they're on holiday. There is absolutely no reason at all why our head of state should be a multi-millionaire to the tune of £650 million.
And he will not answer questions about why, and where that money went, and what promises were made in exchange for that money.
The police presence grew as we got closer to King Charles's arrival. Heads of state and other royals started arriving. We knew King Charles's arrival was imminent, and suddenly there was King Charles. There he is. So that was the Not My King protest outside Westminster. It was a friendly vibe with the police, a bit of booing when the king passed, some sign waving.